Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dave here. It has been, well over a week since the last upload. I apologize I haven't been uploading as much, but I've been traveling an awful lot for work. It's around the Christmas season. I have a lot of family obligations that I want to take care of. But I'm finally back. Can do an upload here. Actually get a little bit of progress on the various cars. Sorry I haven't really been doing much with the SS. Unfortunately, for what I need to do wide open throttle tuning. It's either been horrible weather or too dark, too late at night for me to actually be able to do what I need to do. Plus, also, you know, you got to make sure that it's a fairly controlled condition when we're doing this. And unfortunately, during the winter, you don't necessarily get those very much. I tried to make a track day a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, it rained out. I was planning on potentially hitting a track day this morning. It's raining, so yeah, I can't seem to win any of these. But I did get some more stuff in for the Cutlass. So for you guys who are interested in seeing the Cutlass go somewhere, that today is your episode. Hopefully, sometime in the next couple of weeks, I will get back to tuning the car, tuning the SS. I'm just unfortunately not getting the conditions to do that. But it is running better. I did take it out a couple days ago just to do some data logging. And I think it is bad gas that I am dealing with. Only because I had a couple of weird anomalies while I was driving. Then after those had passed, the car drove a lot better. Now, it is a very conservative tune. And I would not recommend folks just go and, especially if you're in a tuning phase, just go and do this type of stuff. So what I'm going to do is get the gas out of the system. I'm going to fill it up with Sunoco, and we'll go from there. So enough about that. Let's get started on today's episode. So last time we talked, we had the manifolds. I got those in from Holly. Very excited about that. The one thing I'm probably going to end up doing on this turbo mount is I will probably cut this flange off and put the flange that's supplied by Holly on this. Main reason, it does fit over this. It fits the same thing, but it's a larger interface. I am a little concerned as to how well something like this will seal, only because it is a little smaller. I don't know if the line-to-line matters as much as long as it gets a good clamp on it. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on it. I'd hate to break this up, especially because it's welded so beautifully. But if you do look down inside, you can get it fairly close to line up. What's interesting, though, is that it's not concentric perfectly. So that's not going to be the greatest for airflow purposes. It's also offset weirdly, which is interesting. So, oh well, that means that this hole isn't completely circular. But regardless of that, whatever. Not the end of the world. This is not I'm not trying to, you know, completely rock the universe with this. But I did get some more parts in, so I wanted you guys to take a look at that, because I do have a few things. This was just lagging behind in the original order, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is a turbo blanket. I got this as part of the package deal with that, so this is really nice. This will go over. This fits my size turbo, and I wanted something like this just because, I mean, turbos, they generate a lot of heat. That's the whole point. But it's for my my turbo setup, and I also got the outlet flange for a S400 style turbo. So what I will do is I'll have this outlet, and then what I'm going to do is go down to a 4-inch exhaust. So I'll probably do a 4-inch all the way back with just like a single dump out, maybe the passenger side or something like that. Go with a nice boreless style muffler. I am a big muffler guy. I don't run. I don't do like I don't cut the fender. I don't do that stuff. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't care if you guys do it, but I don't. I want a full exhaust on the car because I want to be able to drive it. So this is just a simple one. We'll get this out of the way. This guy. Okay, this is a good one. Let me hold on one second. Let me grab a razor blade. Sorry about that. Shit. I'm behind the camera here. Here it is. All right. Okay. Got the razor blade. I can do that. So this was the other stuff I ordered. From VS Racing, is doing their Christmas, the Black Friday / Christmas sales now. Got the turbo on the Black Friday sale. Got these guys. Ooh, I don't want to lose these. Hold on. These are the springs for the blanket. I can get that in there. Okay. So I got these two guys as part of his Christmas sale of Viren. I say Viren, it's probably Viren. It's probably the proper way to say it, but let me get that out of the way. So I keep all my receipts just so I know when I'm going to do the build. Go back through it, figure out how much I spent. So, white box, what is it? Okay, alrighty. Okay, so we'll do this one first. And this is really, I know this is very exciting for you guys to watch this. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. Here we go. All right, here we go. We got a VS Racing 50 millimeter blow-off valve. For this setup, this is the guy I want to, this is what I'm gonna use, especially right here, actually. This is what I'll end up hooking her right up to. Now, the interesting thing is this flange is not the right size. So I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fabrication work, annoyingly, but I forgot. That's interesting. And this must have been for a much larger blow-off valve, or the let me see, because we got the flanges and I got my vacuum fittings. Very nice, actually very nice setup. But this is the flange for this guy. So this is for your dump pipe, or if you want to recirculate it back into the exhaust, which is probably what I will do. Let me throw that in there. I don't want to lose any of these parts because I have an annoying habit of doing so. But man, wow, they give you, geez Louise, these guys really give you a lot of flanges. Like I got both flanges for that, and they give you an additional one. So they want to make sure that you have everything you need to get down to business. So this one is definitely for this pipe right here. So now that should fit inside. Yeah, so that'll go in right like that. And then that grabs and that clamps like that. So what I'll have to do is, yeah, that's a nice setup. Wow, I mean, this is really nice. For what I paid for it, it was, I think, $90 or something like that, $92 for this thing. For good reviews on it, I'm trying to do it on a budget, guys. You know what? There's a lot of people who talk down to stuff like that, but to be honest with you, this is my first time doing a turbo setup. I really want to make sure that when I do this, that things go together properly. If I blow stuff up, I blow it up. I got a junkyard engine in there. I've got a, it's a great turbo, but it's a cheaper turbo. And I've got a cheaper blow-off valve. So it's just, if I break stuff, I don't want to be out the $600-700 that some of these things cost. But, it's set up real nice. The way I have this guy set up actually is, look at that, there's a little bit of a, looks like there's a little bit of flash or something on that thing. I have to clean up a little bit, but I don't know. It's really not going to detriment anything with this. But this actually has fairly large springs in it. So the springs in this guy are good for about 15 PSI. It's two 7.5-pound springs. So what I will do is we will get these guys, keep this guy boxed up for now. I'll deal with this later on once I start moving, going through this stuff and actually putting it together. So let me get these guys all tucked in nice and pretty. Put the box, put this guy down here. Yeah, so it looks like I got this hoping that this would actually save me some effort. It is not looking as likely that will be the case. This looks like this is actually a much bigger one. This is probably for a 60 millimeter, or 60 millimeter blow-off valve. So I have to think about what I'm going to do there if I want to get the bigger one or not. But I'm out under $100 for that, so it's not the end of the world if I don't decide to use that. Let me put that guy back in there, make sure everything's nice and protected. This guy back here. I liked the turbo mount because it's a nice stainless steel piece. Fit in there real nice. So if that's the blow off, if that's the wastegate, then it's obvious that what this guy is here. Nice 50 millimeter corresponding 50 millimeter blow off valve with all the various sundry flanges and clamps and O-ring seals and everything. So it's a very nice, yeah, because you're on the pressure side at that point, so you definitely want to start seeing. But yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Very nice setup. So I do not have aluminum welding capability here. I had given it quite a bit of thought of getting a cheap MIG and converting it so that I could weld aluminum. But I do have some friends who have some nice TIGs. So if worst case scenario, I have them help me out doing a little bit of welding, some aluminum welding. But this is a nice piece. Again, very cheap, under $100 for it. Good for someone like myself who's really just trying to sort things out and not looking, trying to do things on a budget. After all, yeah, I do have the Sloppy Mechanics tee. You see me wearing this hoodie all the time. It's a very comfortable hoodie. They were selling them a while back. I actually went to one of the classes with Matt and Steve and those guys were holding out in Allentown. So it was very informative. And it was a lot of fun because they do like the dyno stuff and everything. I don't know if any of that's going to continue happening, but it was a lot of fun for me to see that. I didn't have a car there at the time. But, so what is this? What is this thing? Okay, well, this one is probably pretty obvious. And I lost there's my razor blade. This guy, so right now, if you guys remember from quite a few videos back, you may remember what cam is inside the current junkyard engines, an LS9 cam. Not ideal for a boosted motor, but not too bad for something that's sitting behind me there. So I thought about it. It did have some issues with it a little ways back, so I was concerned about it. So what I ended up doing is getting what a lot of people get, the Sloppy Stage 2 camshaft from Elgin. It is the E1840P, so there's the 39P, the 40P, and 41P. They're all like kind of in the same realm. They just differentiate by duration and lift. This is like the middle of the road. This is 228, 230, duration at 50 cam. So this is going to have some rumpity rump to it. This thing's going to sound good when it's running. And it's the 585 lift on this. So this is in the realm of some of the Sloppy Stage 2s that you've seen Matt use on his videos. I'm not going to fix what isn't broken, so I'm going to stab this into my motor and into the 5.3 engine that I have there, and we're just going to go to town. I'm looking out of this thing now. Granted, I don't have necessarily the right injectors to reach my goal, but for what I'm doing, I need to start out somewhere, and I have those injectors there. They're really good injectors. So what I'm going to end up doing, like my initial thing, I'm going to get that intake. I'm going to clean it up. We're going to get the fuel rails mounted. We're going to get that ready to go. The other thing, I got my coffee that's getting colder and colder. I forgot. I got one more thing. One more thing for today. All right. This is from Motion Raceworks. Now, there's another reason why I got this, and you'll see in a minute. Whoop! I missed a piece of tape. These guys tape like I do. Fort Knox of taping. So, because I really want to get this thing going in a hurry. So, I've got really nice line here. Okay, well, what's that? I've got fittings. I've got a couple really nice 10AN fittings. 90 degrees. I've got a whole lot of bolts. Interesting. I've got more bolts. I got more bolts, and I got the flange. Oh, what do I got? Oh, there it is. Okay. I thought I had it. So this is a little fitting here for the turbo feed, for the oil feed on the top. Here's the drain flange for my style turbo, and stickers, and more stickers. Some cool. Cool. Some cool stuff here. Got my Motion Raceworks sticker. And the thing that is going to save me from having to pull the damn motor is this really nice front cover. Oh, for Christ's sake. These guys package them like I package my stuff. So this is a really nice cover that already has a, get that off there, 10AN drain fitting on the right side, passenger side of the engine, where with the proper balancer, now granted, this will not work for like your F-body balancers. I just want to make that really clear. So if you have an F-body style accessory drive arrangement, the balancer is too close to the front cover. The spacing off the front is not far enough out that you'll be able to actually get one of these 90 degree fittings in there and off the front. So what I will end up doing is basically getting everything outfitted. So I'm gonna stab the cam in. I gotta take it off anyway to get my drain. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to pull the damn motor just to pull the oil pan off and have it drilled and have all the crap done to it, because I can't weld aluminum. I have a pan sitting down there that I originally, when I had it set up for a different style of mounts. If you remember way back, and I don't even know if I have it on video, but I had it so I could go twin turbo in that car if I ever wanted to, but it was a different set of mounts. Those mounts don't work. So I'm sorry, when I switched to the Holley mounts, it does a couple of things. Sets the motor back 1 inch, also lowers it. So I had to go with their pan, so I just went with their whole entire mount setup. But I was always planning to go supercharged in that engine, on that engine in that car. And then I got this car, and I got rid of my truck. I got this car. I got a beater, and that I drive my my Trailblazer. I'll shut up. We're gonna get down to business. We're gonna get this guy on the front. This will be my drain flange for it. I got to pull that cover off anyway because I'm not pulling the engine to do the oil pan. So this guy will be installed not before I put the cam in. I already have LS7 lifters in there. All I have to do is I'm going to loosen up the rockers. I'm going to pull the push rods out. We're going to spin the engine, stab the dowels in. And a lot of times I flirt with disaster. I usually just, since I put new trays in, I just spin the cam and I leave them in there, and I don't put the dowels in. But I'll put the little wooden dowels in there for you to make you guys feel better. And then we'll get this all buttoned up. What I'm going to want to do is turn this guy around before I do that, just because I was going to do that today, but again, it's raining too much. So that's it for just this episode today. We're going to actually get down to business. I'm going to start working on the intake, cleaning that up in the next episode. We're going to start tearing apart the front of that engine. I got a few things that I'm going to definitely need to do to get that ready to do the cam swap. So I got to pull some stuff out. So we'll save that up for the next time. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry for my rambling on this one. This was a little kind of bringing you up to speed. But again, thanks for watching. We're over 500 subscribers. Thanks a lot again. Very happy that the channel is, very organically growing. I'm not, I'm not looking for the 1 million subscribers. I'm just happy that folks are getting some sort of value out of what I'm doing. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. Look forward to bringing you guys more content as especially now that I'll be off for a few weeks from work. I take 2 weeks vacation at the Christmas time because I don't really take any vacation throughout the year. But yeah, guys, let's just keep rocking and rolling, man. We'll see what we can do on this. Maybe if we're lucky at the beginning of next year, we'll go take this out and start breaking stuff, all right? Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.